I see my customers make so many mistakes when they try to build their SaaS that they're by quitting themselves. On this channel, I have a lot of customers who are trying to build their own software, and this is really nice. This is what we do on this channel, but I've seen them making so many mistakes that I thought I should make a list of the things you should not do. The 10-minute survival guide for builders. The 6 killers that I have identified are: 1, no audience when you don't have people before you build; 2, the compliment trap, which is people tell you that it's a great idea, but they don't buy; 3 is the platform trap, when you're just being locked to a platform; 4 is building too many features; 5 is you're going to be having people copying you; and 6 is when you have a surprise build because even free is actually very expensive. First problem that I see is people with no audience or no sales. So if you can't reach them, you cannot sell to them. I have one of my customers, he's a dev who spent 6 months and $15,000 building a dashboard for wedding planners. So this guy has been working as a wedding planner for many years. And when he asked around, he had this idea for an awesome wedding planner tool that would help with the timetable. Well, he thought in his mind that he needed to have so many features, and he really wanted to add more features, and he wanted to speak to his colleagues. But here's the thing. If you are spending all of this time without actually speaking to potential customers, then you don't really have a business. All you have is an expensive hobby. So I understand that you want something that is pixel perfect, that looks nice, and I understand that it's scary to go out there in the real world and to show something that only feels half ready. But the reality is everything in this business is about speed and execution. People are not going to steal your idea. They're going to steal your customers if they code faster, if they ship faster than you. When I say fast, I mean I live in China, and here people will have an idea on day 1. They're going to push live on day 2, and on day 3, they might already have some revenue. So here's what I want you to do. Here's the easy fix. Build distribution first. I said find 100 target users before writing a line of code. Okay, that might be a little bit overkill, but definitely what you need to be doing is you need to have a landing page that allows people to join a waitlist. If you have 20-30 people that have signed up to your waitlist because they have expressed interest in what you do, then you start building. You don't start building it just because you think that it's going to be a nice thing. And even better than the waitlist is people actually taking out their credit card and buying the early bird version with a discount of your service. First thing, no audience, no sales. Next one is the compliment trap, which is a little bit similar to the previous one. People are going to be nice to you. People like to be nice, and only credit cards tell the truth. So this wedding planner was one example. I had another one who was a fitness instructor for many years, and what he realized that it might be very nice to have a tool that is going to help the fitness planner, the fitness coach, organize their different coaching sessions and customers. And he spent so many hours building this great thing. And when he spoke to his colleagues about this, they all said, "Wow, yeah, I would totally use that." And okay, that's not true. They ghosted when the invoice arrived. What really happened is that he finally made the app. He pushed it. He made it into a real app on his phone, which you don't need to be live to do that. And here's the thing. Well, all his 10 colleagues kept using Google Calendar because guess what? You cannot compete against free. And even if you have a great thing, but the alternative is free, well, it doesn't matter how many compliments people gave you. It doesn't matter how many times they said they would completely use that. At the end of the day, what really tells the truth is whether people are going to pay you. So same thing. You need to send a pre-order link. And yeah, give people the option to opt in, even if it's just $1 or $5 or $20. Then you know that you have a real product that people want. But if it's just nice talk, this is very cheap and it's not going to get you any further. So second point, which is the same as the first one, before you code, make sure that you have a list of people who have expressed genuine interest with either a mailing list or with a credit card number. Third one is the platform trap. So you're not building the next Monday.com, stop trying. This is what I see when many of my customers, before meeting me, they were intent on creating a beautiful product that had so many features. Well, guess what? You're not going to compete against companies like Salesforce because these people have billions more than you. I have one of my friends, this one, he was creating a SaaS to was a note-taking app for cosmetic surgeries in China and Malaysia. Well, here's the thing: we kept, when I say we, he kept adding features and features and features on top of features because he wanted to build something that was full of that was going to be something where the managers could see what their employees were doing, and there were like a plethora of different things that he wanted this project to do. And I understand that you feel you want to have something perfect, but if it takes you 6 months, because it took him 6 months, you're just going to burn through your cash. So the fix is own one tiny manual task in one industry, automate it, own that corner. Just have one feature. One feature is all it takes. And if you are spending your time trying to build a whole system, you're just wasting your time. So please, please don't make these mistakes. And I'm going to be honest with you, I have made these mistakes in the past as well, trying to build something that nobody wants to buy. So please don't do that. Stick to one feature, just that you just do marginally better than the next person. And then you can expand on top of that once you have a few paying customers. But don't worry, your paying customers will tell you what feature they want to see next. So get out of your head and just build one thing and wait for your customers to tell you what they need next. Next one is the feature creep treadmill. So yeah, that's very connected to what I would to the same story. Adding features is procrastination in disguise. When I say features, so indeed that is features to the product itself. Another kind of adding features procrastination treadmill that I see is also adding visual identity, visual brand identity, a logo, a motto, a LinkedIn profile. I understand that when you want to get out here on the market, you want to look nice and you're afraid of showing something that is going to look only half completed to you. The reality is, well, if you spend more than a week launching, that means that you are not launching the proper way, that you're probably getting lost in the process. So I know it's scary that you want to choose the good LLC, you want to choose the good statuses, you want to look at the terms of service. All of this is just procrastination in disguise. The reality is, pros offer one feature, and setting up a Stripe account only takes a few minutes, and setting up a landing page with a funnel only takes one afternoon at most. So you could be launching in 24 hours if you really wanted it to. So yeah, great. Your software doesn't need chat, calendar, dark mode, and you're still going to have 0 sales after 3 months. So the fix: kill your backlog, fix your core value proposition first. You need to know what service you are building. And when I say that, that means you should be able to give me one thing, the one thing that you're currently doing. This is true if you are making less than $100,000 a year. You should be focusing on this one thing that you do better than the rest. Second to last one is the instant copycats. AI can clone your features in 48 hours, and I want to say, so what? So as you might know, I live in China, and here copycats are just everywhere. If you have a great idea, you don't need to protect it, because at the moment you push it and it becomes live, there's going to be 3 versions the next day that are going to be doing exactly the same thing as you. And I understand it's scary, but I'm telling you, it's not a big deal, okay? Because first of all, I wouldn't be afraid if I saw that I had been copied by a competitor. Because first of all, a copycat means that your market is now validated. That means that someone else identified a need in this market. So this is pretty good. To be honest, I would feel pretty anxious if I had no competition at all, because this would mean that I'm maybe trying to sell something that nobody wants. So yeah, a no-code social tool that got cloned in a week, identical features that have the price. Yeah, in China there's going to be clones for everything, but it's not a bad thing, because first of all, if there's a market for that, that means there's also room for competition as well. And you're not fighting really against your competition. The way I see it, you're fighting against yourself. What you should be focusing and providing value to your customer. You should know exactly who your customers are and speaking to them and understand how you can better serve them. This is how you retain and you have better customers and less churn. So your moat, the fix is your moat is service, brand voice, and onboarding, not your code. Yeah, the code is just technical, and The problem, even though on this channel we do a lot of technical stuff and we learn how to vibe code and which tools to use and which LLMs to use, which technologies to use, even though we spend a lot of time on the tools, the reality is that business is not about tools, and technique and code is not what is going to make or break your business. What is going to make or break your business is the relationship that you have with your customer, whether that's the time you spend finding them or the time that you spend keeping them. So if you have copycats, smile and say, well, that's good news. And just try to be a better producer and a better supplier of value for your customers. Last one is the surprise bill. Going viral can bankrupt you. An AI text generator went viral on Saturday and a 3,000 API bill by Monday morning. This is one of my friends who had no, sorry, actually it wasn't 3,000, it was just 600, but still, he had linked his AI generated, I think he was using Gemini to generate some text and some images for, I think it was a Chinese learning app. And well, here's the thing, if you don't have any billing alerts, if you don't have any monitoring tools that tell you or spending caps, well, the first time you have a viral post and your product becomes very famous, you might have a huge billing, a huge bill that comes over. This happened to be honest, everyone that I know, I think to me included. So yeah, going viral is pretty good, but maybe it's not going to bankrupt you, but it's going to, yeah, you can spend a lot. So my point is, try to handle the finances before business explodes, which means put some monitoring alerts and some billing caps. Every service that you use, whether that is Gemini, OpenAI, no matter what API you use, they will be offering you a service like this, or even just a simple email that says, hey, are you sure that you want to continue? I use a lot of Chinese technology here. I spent a lot of time on Aliyun, and all the services that they use. The Aliyun version is just, they have like Amazon Web Service, but for everything. And yeah, I receive text messages all the time from them. So yeah, set hard spending caps before launch every time. Yeah. I might have just saved $500 by just telling you this. These are not all the things that you need, but if you do these 6 things, I guarantee you that you will avoid most of the mistakes that the first people that try vibe coding in the beginning do make. The bottom line is, don't build, sell first. That is maybe the most important one. Sell first and then build. If you see there's enough traction, if you have more than 30 people sign up to your waiting list, then you start coding, not before. Don't platform, narrow. So I want you to build only one feature at the beginning, not more. Don't hide, launch. Yeah, it's okay to have a shitty landing page. You can make some very nice things with AI. To be completely transparent with you, this PowerPoint presentation that you're seeing right now, I just vibe coded it. And yeah, it's not perfect, but it allows me to tell you everything that I think. Next one is don't ask, pre-sell. Yeah, same as point 1. 5th one, don't add, fix. Well, so yeah, stop adding features and visual identity. Just provide one thing and fix it as your customers tell you what they want. And finally, don't risk, cap. Put some caps on your spending. In the next videos, I'm going to show you which tools you can use to vibe code. And yeah, ship something small, learn something real, and repeat. And I hope I can give you a lot of help in the future. Feel free to drop me a line down here if you want to see what you want us to focus in on the next video. And if you need me to look at your SaaS, feel free to drop me a line as well in the description. That's it. Good luck. Bye-bye.